hold your hand and set you free. The love we have and who we are, you will forever be the coach of my heart. The coach of my heart. From your papi chulo, Jean Carlo, Tavarez, the song is for you. Devon, Taylor, my love. I love you more than you love green. You're always lifting me up. I'll hold your hand and set you free. The love we have and who we are, you will forever be the coach of my heart. The coach of my heart.
Hello. Wow, we actually doing this? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because we've done this before and you couldn't hear me before or couldn't hear us.
Yeah, my mic was not working. And now it is. I believe so. You can hear me, Devon, right?
I can hear you loud and clear. We are here live.
And you can see the mess back there too on that bed.
Oh, yeah. Living life in harmony, life in love. That's all of it. What can we say?
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with us. Devon is live. Oh, no, this side. Devon is live. Yay.
We figured out the time. We figured out the place. We figured out how we be able to do this together and be able to bring a show that we can all be involved in. So it's not just, me showing up virtually or with the message. I'm here live with you guys. So get ready. We've got an episode for you.
Please let us know who is here with us, where you're watching from. Hashtag live if you're watching the live. Hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. And before we continue, I would like to guide us just in a little grounding meditation. So if you want to take a deep breath, just close your eyes. For all of us to create a container, a safe container together, grounding our energies, welcoming our higher selves, welcoming our hearts, welcoming our minds. Allowing the nerves or whatever it is present to be present, just like my nerves are present. And just taking a moment to drop into our bodies together. And to fully be here, not only in your body, also with your loved ones and with us here in the Taylor Tavarez show. And just being present with whatever is arising, whatever it may be. And also extending your love and your gratitude for this moment. And taking one more deep breath. And let it out with And with that, start orienting yourself back into the room and into the space. And welcome back to the Taylor Tavarez show. How are you guys? Hello, Sacred Gene Secrets.
Happy Saturday.
Oh, let me put it back in the comments so I can see the comments. Here it is. Can you see the comments, Evan?
Yeah, I can see them. I'm the one that pinned that one.
Oh, sweet.
How are you, Sacred Yen Secrets? So we want to start off today. That was great. Thank you for that grounding meditation. We want to start off with the message of the week every week,
The Metric Week.
and just bring you guys with some kind of, I guess, just like hope, joy. The show's called Life in Harmony, and so I think we just want to embody that in the most authentic way, and the way that I feel like I've been able to embody that, or at least how I used to be able to embody that, was always finding a quote or something that felt um, like a sentence or something that felt like, just like really great at the moment, or something that felt inspirational. And so before we came on today, that's what I did, was I found a quote that was inspirational to me, and I thought I would share it with everyone, and start something new, because I know we're all used to starting our week off on Sundays and starting our week or preparing our week that day, but I wanted to give everyone an extra day. I felt like an extra day is something that we all need right now. I need it. I know that my
Mhm.
body has needed it. And so I just kind of wanted to let you guys all know that because we all need this extra day, I thought this would just be a really great idea. And so I'm going to start leaving a quote for you guys. Oh, and it just popped out, and I'm going to just do it this year. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just the first step. And it's a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. And I just thought it was so profound when I found it. And it was the first one that I saw. Um, and I thought it would just be great for us to start the week off thinking in this way. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just the first step. Really, in all reality, that's what it takes, is that first step into whatever dream you have, whatever reality you have, whatever you're trying to bring forward in this universe. You just have to take that first step. And I feel like a lot of the times we don't give ourselves the opportunity to see that. We see the whole staircase, we see what it's going to take to get to where we want to be. And I don't think it needs to necessarily be that way. So when I saw this quote, I thought it would be a perfect way to start the show. We don't have to see the whole staircase. We just need to see the first step, because truly all it does is take one step. That's what it took to start this show, was one step. Jean Carlo meeting with Jessica. And that's what it's taken for my book. That's what it's taken for me and Jean Carlo to become a couple. Just took one step. So when you're willing to do that, and when you're willing to take one step, magical things happen. Even Martin Luther King Jr. believed it. So yeah, I thought I would share that I love it. I love that quote. I just, it resonated with me so much, and I thought I would share it with everyone. So yeah. JC, do you want to share your message of the week, or do you have message of the week?
Yeah, and one of the cool things about having a co-host is that you can, besides allowing him to take space and putting him in the full screen, is that you can go and take a bathroom break and nobody will notice. So that's
Silly goose. All right, what's your message of the week?
I'm getting it right here. I just actually pull a card.
Oh,
So
nice.
the Sea Soul Journey Oracle cards is actually one of my favorites because, as some of you know and some of you may not know, I am a global water ambassador, just like Devon. One of our businesses is Living Water, Kangen Water, and besides the business aspect of it, the consciousness of water, like I actually call her Mama Water and Mama Ocean. She's my mother, and she's very close to me and very dear to my heart. So I ordered this Oracle deck because I just want to feel closer to her in all the ways I can. And I pulled the card Beauty. I'm looking for it here in the book. Just give me a second. Give me a second.
I love that it's ocean themed too. We've had
Mhm.
that deck for quite a long time. I mean, since we've been together.
Yeah, for a little bit
Wow.
since we have been in, even since before we were living in this house.
What do you
I
think
got
is so? What do you think is so special about that deck? Like, why? Why do you love the ocean element that's connected to it?
well, even from a past incarnation of mine, being a Lemurian priestess called Lydia, coming from Lemuria.
Hmm.
I used to work with the water element, and that's still in my DNA. So, and even from many levels that we could look at it, we are 99% water on a molecular level.
Yeah.
And just because of the way I am, it just makes me feel so close to her, and it makes me feel alive, and it makes me feel like when you have a good relationship with your mother, just like that. She's
Mm.
my mama. So I pulled a card Beauty, and it says, may you perceive nature's artistry afresh. May you perceive nature's artistry afresh. And the card goes like this: Reflection. The sea declares its elemental beauty in every mercurial shift. It is deeply alive to the space and moment it inhabits. In the constant cycle of sea becoming sky and sky becoming sea, nature paints a limitless portrait of connection and intrinsic completeness. Blessings. May you appreciate the artistry in everything. Maybe you can ask yourself, how can I appreciate? How can I appreciate more the artistry in everything? May you find beauty in each tender difference. May you see your own beauty reflected in the beauty of others. And then the mantra, and I want you to take it as your mantra of the week if you want to. It says, in the beauty that surrounds me, I see myself. In the beauty that surrounds me, I see myself. And Devon and I were in couples therapy before coming on the show today. And one of the assignments that our therapist gave us, our amazing, badass therapist gave us, was to allow ourselves to be surprised. How can I allow myself to be surprised? How can I surprise my partner? And how can I allow my partner to surprise me? So, how can you allow yourself to be surprised by life? How can you surprise life? How can you allow your partner or your kids or your clients or your pets to surprise you? And if you really feel into that and into that frequency, it's a frequency of openness and curiosity and expansion and of allowance. And when we allow ourselves to tap into that frequency, we can create so much beauty and so much magic and wonder and miracles. And today, something really, really cool happened to me that I was actually not expecting. This morning, I woke up really, really early, around 6:30 a.m. And I wanted to keep sleeping, and my body just took me out of it. And I came to the kitchen and started cleaning and just taking care of all the dogs and all the pets. We also do pet sitting as one of our gigs, many gigs. And suddenly I started talking to money. And I was like, Money, I would love for you to help me pay my bills. And I would love for you to help me meet my needs. And when I did that, when I said that, I felt this warmth, and I felt that a person stood next to me, and at the same time, I was feeling that energy and that frequency, like that person was inside of me. And in that moment, a lady sent me a message, and she bought one of my activations, one of my sessions that I call activation sessions. And that was really, really cool and really, really powerful because I started to experience money not just as a mental concept. The consciousness of money in that moment really, really, really became an embodied person to me. And it continued for the next 2 hours as I was cleaning in the kitchen. And it was a really beautiful, beautiful, just literal experience that I would love not only to continue experiencing, I would love for the whole world to experience something like that. And it's been months since I experienced a literal. I'm very extrasensory, very intuitive. For the ones of you that don't know, so for example, when I talk to water, I can really hear her talk back to me, and I feel her. And the same thing just happened with money today. And it's been months since the last time that I had an experience like that with money. I was actually in the bedroom, laying in bed, and I felt that money was moving, in walking around the bedroom, and also went to the bathroom. So that was pretty freaking cool. Anyways, Devon, are you here?
I'm right here. I'm letting you tell your story. Do you want me
Yeah,
to come back on?
yeah. And I would love for everybody in the comments to let us know how this resonates with you, how this makes you feel. How do you see money? What is your concept and your relationship with money? And let's see some of the comments. Oh, the van posted, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step.
Yep,
And,
I've already posted that.
and the van, BRB, wink, wink.
So, what we'll do is, so we just went through the message of the week, and we are going to go through our next segment. But before we go to our next segment, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Are you ready to transform your life with the power of living water? Hi, I'm Devon Taylor, and I want to share an incredible discovery that's changed my life and my family's life: living water. Imagine waking up every morning feeling refreshed, energized, and ready to conquer the day. With living water, it's not just a dream, it's our new reality. We've been sleeping better, eating healthier, and have more energy than ever before. But that's not all. Our secret to this newfound vitality is available to you too. Visit our website at thelivingwatercouple.com and discover how living water can revolutionize your health and wellness. And there's more. Tune into our podcast, available on all streaming platforms and YouTube, where we dive deep into the science and benefits of living water. Hear from experts, satisfied customers, and learn how you can make this life-changing decision for yourself. But don't wait too long. Prices for our water machines and supply are going up in July 2024. Now is the perfect time to invest in your health and well-being. So, head over. Remember, living better starts with living water. Living water, drink, thrive, and live your best life. Visit thelivingwatercouple.com today. All right, we are back. And I hope you guys have been enjoying the show so far. Like I said, we just went over our message of the week, and we are going to get into the second segment of the show, which is the song of the week. And so, you guys, we have a special treat for you, something that Jean Carlo has, I guess, committed to doing every time we are on this show, which I love, because it is an absolute expression of himself, and it allows him to show you guys his true talent. Okay. So, with that being said, our second segment of the week is called the Song of the Week. Jean Carlo will perform an uplifting song that will embody the moment and the spirit that we are in. And today's song he has chosen I think I'm good to say it. He has chosen Rise Up by Andrea Day. All right. So without further ado, this is the song of the week, and I bring to the stage Jean Carlo Tavarez.
And before we go into the song, I want to say that this song comes to you thanks to Living Water. When you guys see me drinking from this blue bottle, please know that I'm drinking living water from our water system. Anyways, here we go. You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can fight it, but I see in you, we're gonna walk it out. Move mountains, we're gonna walk it out. Move mountains, and I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do what 1,000 times again. I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. To its feet. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you. All we need is love. And for that we can have each other. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000. We'll rise up, rise like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise up. Thanks again. For you, for you.
Yay! Thank you. That was beautiful. We got to work on the sound a little bit. But other than that, that
What
was
happened with the
beautiful.
sound?
The music in the background was a little too loud, so for a little bit it was, but I love it because what made you pick that song first and foremost?
It just felt like an uplifting. It just came to me intuitively, and it felt like an uplifting song. It felt like a song for new beginnings,
I love it.
and it's one of my favorite songs, honestly.
It's a very good song. It is very uplifting too.
And Sacred Jean Secret said, "Great song choice. Thank you so much." Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs.
Yay. That's a good song. Thank you for that, Jean Carlo. Well,
You're welcome,
that
Tavarez.
was that was Song of the Week. So you guys should be looking forward to a Song of the Week every week we are here. And John Carlo will be singing it for you. Maybe even sometimes I might, get in there and sing a song or rap a song or do something. I don't know. It sounds like fun, right?
Yep.
We're all here to have fun, right? That's
Yeah.
the whole point of this whole thing, is to have fun, to express ourselves, and to really just enjoy this time together. Like I said, the show is called Life in Harmony, so we're here to bring so much harmonious joy to your guys' life. With this next segment that we are going to do, usually we're going to try to bring a guest on every week if we can, but because it's a live show, that'll be totally dependent on people's times. And so me and John Carlo will be interviewing each other today, so you guys can get to know us a little bit more. But before we do that, we are going to take another commercial break, and we will be right back.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Life in Harmony with me and John Carlo Tavarez. Where now
My name is not Jean Carlo Tavarez. My name is Damon.
Oh, okay. He's in character right now. I didn't know. But yeah, we are moving. Huh?
I said, Ashkor.
Okay. Well, we are moving on to the next segment, which is Guest of the Week. And the Guest of the Week is me and John Carlo. Woo, 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 woo. We are going to be interviewing each other for this week so that you guys can get to know us a little bit more. I know that we did our intros in the beginning, but this is going to be an opportunity for me and John Carlo to ask each other some interesting questions. I don't know, some questions that maybe we have never asked each other, so that you guys can get to know us a little bit more. We can get to know each other a little bit more. And yeah, just have fun, for this next segment. So John Carlo, you can start first if you would like. What is the first question you would ask me that you would like me to answer to everybody on this podcast stream, this live, this show?
I like that you're having fun with it.
Hey, that's what we got to do. We're here now. We're live.
Devon, what is your biggest fear?
Ooh, you gonna go so dark and heavy first? Oh Lord, oh child. Okay, what is my biggest fear? Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna start with the heaviest one, the one that comes up that immediately makes me think about myself, where I'm at, what's going on in my head, so forth. What my biggest fear is not accomplishing all of the things that I want to accomplish before I am gone. Now I am a-okay with dying. I am not afraid of dying. Some
Are
John
you?
Carlo would say that I am, but I would say I am not afraid of dying. I am afraid of
Yeah,
dying
right.
before I get to do everything I want to do, which is like living in a mansion and having a pool inside of my house. That's one of those things that I want to do. Being that bougie. Um, being able to travel outside of the states. I've only been to Mexico, which I don't even really truly count because I feel like that's part of California, technically. And yeah, there's just so many things that I want to do. So many things that I want to accomplish. I want to write another book, more books. I want to write
We're
songs.
about to publish a second one, Trajectory.
I know we're about to publish the second one, but I want to write more. That was only a chapter. And not to, discredit anyone that does a collaboration book, because I thought that was such a great start for us.
Well,
But
that's super
there's
smart.
just so much that I want to accomplish before I'm gone. So
I hear you.
that's truly what makes me afraid. And I don't think there's a deeper fear than that for me.
What about you guys? Can you type in the comments if you're feeling brave? What are your deepest fears?
Yeah.
Anybody watching live? Ooh. anybody anybody watching live or the replay? What are your deepest fears? Let me see how brave you are. Type that in the comments.
I love that. Okay, well now my turn to ask you a question, and my question is going to go based off of your history. So if any of you guys know John Carlo and you know his history, you guys know at one point he was homeless. My question to you is pertaining to the homeless part. What was the scariest part about being homeless for you?
Honestly, one of the scariest parts was feeling completely naked, in a way, completely at the mercy of the universe. And in fact, many times that I would feel even in danger, because sometimes there would be dangerous people around that were in all kinds of drugs and not with the best intentions. Sometimes I'd feel that I could have died and that I could have gotten killed.
Mm,
So many times I was like, okay, universe, please allow me to wake up tomorrow morning. And if I don't, I'm in your hands. I would say
mm,
that sometimes before going to sleep. So it really helped me embody new layers of surrender. Hmm.
wow.
And
I'm
also,
always so Go
what
ahead,
were you
sir.
going to say?
I'm always so intrigued to ask you questions about that experience because I feel like everyone has had some form of homelessness in their life, whether it be emotional, whether it be physical. Mine was physical, but not to the aspect of, and we've talked about this, of never feeling like I had somewhere to lay my head down. I always had like somewhere to go inside, whether it be like a car or like someone's home. But I've never experienced homelessness to the degree that you did. So I'm always curious to hear your experience, what you've been through, and what it was like.
Well, you can always ask me.
Yeah. Okay, now it's your turn though to ask me.
I just send you a private chat just so you see, so we learn, practice how to use
Sounds good.
this here. What do I want to ask you? How was the process of writing Icarus Finds His Power? Your
Ooh.
baby, our baby.
Yeah. All right, baby. As you can see everywhere around me in your hands. Yeah. So writing my first book, how was that process? It was hard. It was not an easy process. I guess when you sit down and you sit there, you try to write something out, you initially think like, oh, it's all going to come to me and everything is going to be good and gravy, but it really didn't. It didn't come to me right away. It took a few different tries, iterations to actually get to the version that you're holding in your hand right there. But it wasn't easy. It was something that I had to not push myself to do, but there were moments where I felt like giving up completely. And because I had the support from you, because I had the support from the publishers, my editor Heather, because I had the support that I had, there was no way that book was not going to be made. It was just about timing. So I think once I got the idea of like not necessarily giving up on myself and just kind of knowing that it was just a process, I think that's when I was able to kind of put the bow on top and really seal the deal and complete the book. But yeah, I mean, it was a very long process. It took about a year if you're asking time frame wise, to get it all together and really just have a finished product. But yeah, thank you for asking that.
What was the most challenging part of it?
The most challenging part about writing was the actual writing. No, I'll say this. The most challenging part about the writing was when I would stop wherever I was at and I would have to pick up, continuing writing. Sometimes it took a refresher of actually having to read everything that I had already written. So that could have been, like, it's an 8-chapter book. So that could have been like, 5, 6, 7 chapters or however many chapters, I was finished with up until what I was, adding. And even with that being said, the book, like I said, there were many different iterations. There was like an iteration that was 18 chapters. So just imagine, with that happening, there's 18 chapters and I'm having to, every time I pick it back up, go through each and every chapter just to make sure I'm not writing the same thing down, to make sure everything aligns, to make sure that, make sure, oh, I'm sorry, my kitty just threw up, or Simone just threw up, so hoping he's okay. But yeah, it was a process. It wasn't easy, but.
Can I share what I think was one of the most difficult parts of writing the book?
Please.
Facing yourself and the fears and the insecurities and the resistance. And I feel that one of the most difficult parts of writing the book was facing yourself, seeing yourself. It's because writing a book is a process of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
So Icarus finds his power was also about the universe helping you and all of us.
Devon find his power. Mm-hmm. Everyone else too, yeah.
Huh?
I said Devon find his power and everyone else. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you can say this too, because you have written a book now too. What was the hardest? Was that the hardest process for you? Because I mean, that was a direct reflection of what you had been through. You know what I mean? Versus me writing a story that was fantasy. Like, how was that process for you?
Yeah, and like I was saying, even from Icarus, in order to find our power as a family, and you as an author and as a man, and me as your partner, because the universe would highlight in us all the areas that we were not in our power, all the areas that I was not in my power, that I was basically in powerlessness.
Yeah.
Because if we're sending the universe a message, oh, I want to write a book on finding your power. So the universe is going to tell you, okay, great. Let me show you all the areas that you're not in your power then, so you can embody it. Wink, wink. So that's the same thing that happened with writing that chapter for our new book, our second book, Trajectory. A lot of freaking patterns.
Title.
What was that?
I said, which is a working title.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think it's like just trajectory. I think that it's going to be like trajectory and then like something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because our chapter in our new book was about our relationship a lot of freaking patterns started coming up in a relationship. Yay! So that was actually the most difficult part, like navigating everything that started coming up for both of us, and then processing whatever resistance, and then actually juggling the time of everything that we do, and then finally being able to ground into my body and writing it down. And then it was another difficult piece for me was to actually to write down the story and do it in a cohesive way, because in my perspective I had an idea what was that to write it, and then when you and our Peggy, what is she, our editor,
Yes.
would look at it, you guys were like, can you actually do it like this? And I was like, what do you mean? This is how I want to share my story. And that part of me that wants to like do it whatever freaking way I want and not how other people want, even though I may not be right, would come up a lot. So it took me a lot of slowing down, slowing this ass down, sitting on the freaking chair and just allowing your perspectives to help me make it better. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you guys can relate to this. Either are you abandoning your own perspective and your own sense of self and doing it like everybody else? Or are you so close into only your perspective that you're not allowing the perspective of others that may be seeing it right in an angle or an area that you are not, or that I'm not? So I would love to hear and read in the comments anybody's, if you guys are resonating with this at all, and also the answer to this question.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing that, because that is vulnerable. And I do believe that that is part of the journey, is being able to go through those moments of, like you said, self-discovery. For me, I'm writing a book about a character finding his power. So of course, that's going to lead me on a journey of finding my power. And then like you said, you're going through your journey of writing about us, and then finding all of these things that come up through our relationship because you're writing about us. So it's interesting when we start to tap into that side of life, that creative side, where it starts to imitate us, or where it starts to reflect us and come out in such a more broad and vivid way. What is your goal with starting this show, Life in Harmony?
To be able to express aspects of me and even of us as a family that we're not expressing through everything else we're doing, through the Devon podcast, or through our books, or in our social medias, or as a singer, a coach, or all the million hats that we already wear. I feel that by having a variety show, it gives me a mental and energetic permission to just be more of myself and inspire you and our family to be more of yourself as well. So besides, I love the idea of working with Jessica and like a whole team. It feels great to, even though it is challenging, and it is challenging for my brain and whatever level of autism or whatever I have in there, to even just schedule a freaking episode for my brain is super challenging. I have no freaking idea why. I would love to know. And at the same time, I'm super grateful for this experience. And I love that we get to be live and be more spontaneous and have, like, when I go live on Facebook or Instagram, and it's a different experience being live. It's live TV. It's in the moment. I love that we do the Devon podcast, which, by the way, I would love for you to share more about that. And at the same time, I love the nerve, the stepping into the unknown of being live.
Well, I was going to say, we have time for maybe one more question each. So you want me to talk about the podcast for your question, Jean Carlo?
Yes.
Okay. So podcast, yeah. I mean, like, if I'm talking about the podcast and why I started it, it was just I started it because I knew that I wanted to share my voice, and I was having a hard time of finding a way to do that. And it was also, we were having some hard times, and I wanted a way to express myself. And so, to be quite honest, I just sat myself down in front of my computer. I pressed record, and I started just taping an episode that felt authentic to what was going on with me, my transition, where I was trying to be, what I wanted out of life, what I wanted out of people, what I wanted around the people around me. And it just formulated on its own, to be quite honest. And even with the outpour of support with different people coming on and just giving their stories, it's been such an amazing journey to have this platform that I've created by myself and be able to share it with the world. So I'm truly grateful. It really was just an idea that I started because I wanted to get my voice out there. And now we're 18 episodes in, I believe. And that feels super great to say. So thank you.
By the way, tomorrow there's a new episode. Can you tell us who's coming on the next episode?
We have Heidi Chung. She is a homeschooler from Southern California. Her background starts way back in Hong Kong, where she was a teacher, and she kind of just gives us an insight to why she decided to start homeschooling her children and why it's been something that she's super grateful that has happened in her life. So I'm super grateful for her being on the show. I'm super grateful for everyone getting an opportunity to hear this new episode. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. And I'm sure everyone's going to love it. I loved it. Jean Carlo loved it. So I'm looking forward to it.
I love it because I'm a producer in it. Wink, wink.
Yes, you are.
Where can people find it, and what's the name of it?
All streaming platforms. It's called the Devon Taylor Podcast. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you stream and listen to your podcast. That's where you're going to be able to find the Devon Taylor Podcast. I highly suggest finding it on YouTube or Spotify because it is a visual podcast. So you'll be able to see all of the references that we're making. You'll be able to see all of the commercials, any of the savings, blah, 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 all that stuff. So yeah, I would say.
Jessica is saying, thank you. And Jessica is saying, homeschoolers rock. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Woo-hoo! Homeschoolers.
Jessica, I would love to have you on the Devon Taylor podcast.
Oh, I already peeped that. I told her, I was like, I need you to be there. Hello. Because of what we're doing right now is because of what she's doing. So a little mini shout out right now. Sorry, Jessica, I did this already on your show, but I'm going to do it again. Because you're doing what you're doing, you're making people like me be able to have a platform. So I'm super thankful. I'm super grateful for all the work that you put into doing what you're doing. Without you, this would not be possible. And we are super, super grateful on this side of the earth. So thank you so much.
I second that. And my new favorite interview of you, Devon, is the one that you just had with Jessica. So
yeah,
if you guys have not watched it, please go to that freaking YouTube and enjoy that interview, because I was listening and watching from the bed and I was like, yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, wait, we only have a little bit in amount of time, so you still have to do an activation, and we still have one more segment after your activation. So we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to pause this here, and we come back. JC is going to do a quick activation for us. Okay.
This is Ningram speaking to you, and I command you to go to DevonTaylorAuthor.com right now. You must check the specials. Listen to me. You must check the specials now.
I freaking love that commercial. But yes, we are back with Life in Harmony with me and Jean Carlo Tavarez. And he's there with Simone, our baby. How did Simone
This is
wait?
not
No, that's not
Simone.
Simone. That's one of the foster kitties. But I just wanted to say something about this comment. I'm just waiting for my I'll deliver my Hogwarts letter to join. That's funny. I love it. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much, Jessica. You are amazing. Okay, before we get out of here, we've got two things that we've got to get done. JC is going to do a quick activation for us. And then before we get out of here, we've got celebrations of the week, which is something we're going to do every week where we just celebrate life, celebrate our wins, celebrate, so that we can leave you guys with some positive energy. Maybe you guys have something that you want to celebrate. You can leave it in the comments for us. We would love to hear it, and we would love to see your celebrations and celebrate with you. But yes, without further ado, we would love for John Carlo to take us on a little activation journey. Okay.
Okay, I'm liking this.
Match this energy, buddy. Match this energy.
So another one of my hats is that I'm a channel and an activator, and I'm able to bring frequencies and templates that either Lemurians or Pleiadians or the whales or the dragons or whoever our higher self has chosen to support us on an energetic level, and actually work with coaches from all over the world and high performance coaches. Even my business coach, Hannah Baker, that is very, very close to making $1 million a year, and she listens to my activations every single day. So if you are open to receiving this blessing, this healing, this template, just close your eyes for a moment, and I'm going to tap in. And let's see what wants to come through for us and for you. It's an activation for change, and an activation actually to step in more of our power, in your power, and to help transmute densities from the heart space, and even to activate your throat, to speak your truth, and to be in your truth, and to express your truth. Hiarayendoroso akiaramaye kearasia. Oro koso ara iamakiarasa. Oro koamasi ke ara anda kiama. Oro kiasama ke. Take a deep breath. He's working on your solar plexus, even the back of your he's working in the front and back of your solar plexus, and even your root, bringing safety in your root. Relax your body. I'm seeing some of you asking for clarity, and the frequencies bringing clarity, and is opening your eyes and opening the veils so you can see clearly what is the next aligned and loving action step. I just saw the word friendship, so I don't know if that's for Jessica and her project, and also for the frequency of friendship in general. And I'm seeing also the word divine union, and I'm seeing the correlation between friendship and divine union. And divine union means to not only become one with yourself internally and to develop self-intimacy with yourself, it will also allow you to enjoy intimacy with others and to enjoy deep, meaningful, romantic relationships, friendships, and a deeper relationship with life, with money, with the universe itself. I'm seeing the wells showing up, and the wells are bringing codes and are bringing wisdom and knowledge to help us connect with abundance and to help us expand our capacity. So take a deep breath Imagine your energy field expanding. Allow it to expand as big as it feels good to you. And take another deep breath and breathing the energy of abundance and prosperity. And what abundance is our capacity to receive money and to receive health and to receive anything is actually our capacity to receive love. So I'm going to ask you to look at your relationship with receiving and giving love this week. And a very successful way to give and to receive love is actually be very clear with our boundaries. So there are many layers that this activation is bringing. And you can choose to work with the one that is resonating and that maybe you're needing the most right now. Slow down your energy field. I'm seeing the frequency now working in some women's wombs, and even your relationship with your womb, even your relationship with your period, your relationship with your reproductory system, and for women, your relationship with your womb and how you allow yourself to take life into your womb is the way is your capacity to receive life, to receive love, to receive money, to receive abundance. There's a DNA activation that is happening right now. Some of you I'm seeing have Lemurian codes in your system. Lemurian templates are being activated right now. There are gifts that were dormant and asleep that are being activated right now. On the left side of somebody's heart, including mine, there is densities that are being transmuted, alchemized, healed. I'm hearing the question, what is the relationship that you have with your heart? And your heart and my heart is asking us to develop a deeper relationship with our hearts. And whatever pain, fears, traumas, dreams, projects, we can bring it into our hearts, and our hearts can alchemize it either to transmute the pain and the traumas, or to even amplify with the frequency of our hearts whatever dreams that we are calling in. And with that, the activation feels complete for now. So I would love to know in the comments how this was of service to you. And please let us know what comes up for you throughout this week and now on. Please be very gentle with yourself, and thank you for allowing me to be of service with the activation of the week.
Beautiful. Thank you. All right, we only have a few minutes to end the show. Thank you so much for that activation, JC. But let's end with the celebration of the week. Like we said, if you guys have any celebrations for us that you would love for us to celebrate, leave a comment. We're here to celebrate it with you and just bring some magical energy to your life. My celebration of the week is we got through an episode. Woo! No technical difficulties. Woo! Very smooth, very loving, and I actually really enjoyed it. So I'm grateful.
Wink, wink.
What about you?
Welcome to my universe. Even though some parts of it were heavy, I'm celebrating the support from our therapy also, because it helped us continue creating that divine, sacred union that my heart longs for.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad we're connecting. I'm glad this show is connecting. And I'm glad everyone that's listening is getting to know us a little bit more. We're hoping each and every week we can bring this structure and this amount of love to the show and just really uplift you guys if you guys are looking for something that's going to bring so much more harmony in your life, hence life in harmony. But that's pretty much all we have for today's show. I don't know if JC, if you want to leave everyone with anything, or if you have anything that you want to say before we get out of here. But thank you, Secret in Secrets. Thank you, John Carlo. That was great.
You're so
Another
grateful.
motivation.
Go to our website, The Living Water Couple, to learn more about living water. Follow us on our social medias. And please, in our social media, send us your celebration of the weeks. What are you moving through, and how can we be of service to you? I can't wait to continue these shows and to growing my relationship with our audience and also our dynamic together as a couple doing this show. I'm super grateful and wishing you all a beautiful, beautiful, loving, healing, nurturing rest of the week and the weekend.
Until next time. Bye, y'all.